What's up YouTube, Musty Hobbit here, and I'd like to welcome you to another episode of Musty's Quest, and I am branching out a little bit. I have some new lists, some new things that I have recently acquired, which I am showing you today, that I think may inspire some future episodes of Musty's Quest. I would like to point out, you may have seen the new title card, a friend of mine, Skye, who I used to play a lot of Halo 3 with online. She went through the effort of putting together some artwork for me, and so Skye, thank you so much. It's really awesome. I absolutely love it, and the fact that you were willing to do that for me is just fantastic. So thank you, Skye. I will link to her channel. I know she does some videos as well, and any other place that you can find her, but thank you. I really, really appreciate it. It really gives these videos a good look, and I'm really pleased with it. So, one of the things that I have, and my first console was the Atari 2600, and I found a wood grain one last year, and then I happened to have a couple Vader consoles, the black models, come in. One of them was not putting out audio, and I was wrestling with what to do with it. So thankfully, somebody who's local for me, he goes by Fix It Phil. He's also in the Iowa Retro Gamer Nation. At the most recent meetup in June, he actually took this for, or didn't take it, but he took this home, took a look at it, and managed to find the capacitors that are notoriously bad for going out and causing the audio to drop, and so Phil fixed it. So thank you, Phil. I now have a working Vader model 2600 to go with my wood grain, so I now have a backup just in case. But I've been picking up some Atari games recently, and so it's nice to have these. Again, being my first console, this will always have a soft spot in my heart, so thank you, Phil, for that. And I couldn't pass up the opportunity, though, to have him ship me a couple of games in the process. So I actually had him send me two other games as well. One that goes toward the Final Fantasy list, and one that goes toward the Cartridge Club list. So I got for PSP, Final Fantasy IV, the complete collection. So this is, for those unfamiliar, this is effectively a remaster of Final Fantasy II for the US, the one that was on the Super Nintendo, but there's a lot of hand-drawn art, and it's supposed to be absolutely beautiful. I've heard that this is kind of the definitive way to play that game. I don't use my PSP a lot, so I recently got Final Fantasy II for the Super Nintendo, so I'm waiting to see how I want to play that game. Might be a Cartridge Club game, who knows, in the future, so I know that the Cartridge Bros are definitely big fans of this game. So I am kind of holding out to figure out which one they are going to select, if they select one at all. But please do. And then go from there. But yeah, complete, in very, very good shape. So speaking of the Cartridge Club, again, I mentioned the Cartridge Club list, which I'm working through, and so those are all of the games of the month. I would really like to have the full library. I am not too far off. There's maybe between 10 and 15 titles that I still need to find, but knocked one of the early episodes off the list, and this is Metal Gear Solid for PlayStation 1. Metal Gear's in the news lately. I'm sure you guys have all heard about it, and I'm not going to give my own opinion because I really have not ever played the Metal Gear series, so I'm looking forward to this. I have heard good things. I listen to the podcast, but I am happy to have a nice, clean, complete copy of the game. So thank you, Phil, for again fixing the Atari and for hooking me up with these. Also from Iowa Retro Gamer Nation, Michael. And you've heard his name before a few times. But Michael sent me two games. One of them was a loose cartridge for Zelda Spirit Tracks. I have printed off some new cover art for it, and now have Zelda Spirit Tracks. I have not really ever played a mobile Zelda, a Game Boy Zelda, handheld. That's what I was looking for, handheld. I have really not ever played any of those. I was always the home console Zeldas, so I'm looking forward to this one. Got another DS game from him as well. Now this one, I've also heard, is the definitive edition of the game that it is for. But this is Chrono Trigger. And I have never played Chrono Trigger, so this was opportune. I am pretty excited about this. This game is touted among a lot of people's top 3 lists, and the copy that Michael had was just in fantastic shape. Like, it's hard to even see the shine off of that label is just wonderful. So this was probably never played, but I am looking forward to this. Thank you, Michael, again, for helping me out with a good price on those, and I really appreciate it. The other big pickup I have, and this was significant for me. I had gotten to the point I had reaccumulated all of the consoles that I had as a kid, except one. And I happened upon one from Robert, who actually was the one who worked out a deal for the Steel Battalion controller with me, and so we landed on a price and with some games for this console that I was missing, and so I'm extremely ecstatic, but not yet. I'm not going to show you just yet. I did get a couple of other things from Robert, one of them being the Revenge of Shinobi for Genesis. This is a loose copy. This is not the first edition one, where apparently they went a little crazy with copyright infringement. This one does have Spider-Man, but I have not yet gotten to the levels that can start to tell you if some of the other, because I think that there's supposed to be Rambo and Godzilla and Batman and Spider-Man, obviously, but I know Spider-Man's in it, but I just have not. It's tough. It's tough. I need to get a hang of it at this point. So, Revenge of Shinobi. Another Cartridge Club Game of the Month, Streets of Rage 2. So, again, going toward that list. Again, I listened to the podcast. It was a really good podcast episode, but I had never played it. I did play a bit here, got through the first couple levels there's very much an alien type level. I think I got to the boss there, but then I had to shut it down for the night. So those two were the start to this little bundle that I got from Robert. But the big piece, and the big thing that I had been searching for the longest time was a Sega CD. And I have one now. And I used to play this a lot. This console was one, I went this direction instead of Super Nintendo, and this console itself means a lot. I used to love FMV games, and this console had a ton of them. I remember I used to play those at my friend Steve's house when I was younger, and then again, that was part of the reason why I wanted to go after the Sega CD instead of the Super Nintendo. Now I have both, and now I can play some of the games that I used to play. I did get a couple games to go with this. The primary packing game, and a game that I'm actually pretty good at, but a lot of people really don't like this game, and that's Sewer Shark. I think this game's a lot of fun. It's a tunnel shooter where you have to remember turns, but it's all done from this first-person perspective. This was a loose copy, so I printed off again some cover art. So it looks pretty nice there. Nice little Blockbuster case that I had that was a spare. So, Sewer Shark, I really like this game. I sat down and played this the first time after I had fired this whole thing up to make sure it had worked. And I got to the point when he named me Exterminator. So, It's funny, the levels are kind of based off of your call sign, but super sharp. I love it. Another game that I have not really played at this point, again, it is a Sega True Video production, and this is Tomcat Alley. And this is basically an interactive movie, which a lot of these Sega CD games were. They were basically button presses to kind of kick off different cutscenes and things like that. But this is all video, and I don't have the hang of this yet. I know that the Cartridge Club wants me to play this on the Google Hangout we have every Tuesday night, just because, but I need to practice, because I put this in and I got a game over screen within about 20 seconds. So, we'll see about Tomcat Alley. And then the last one is a game that I do remember playing, and it is similar to Night Trap. Night Trap was kind of the big controversial game, but this is Double Switch. And this is set in a sort of a hotel-type building that has kind of an Egyptian theme. You are trying to protect the people in the building, and then you're trying to help Corey Haim, who is stuck in the basement and can't help them. You are trying to, like I said, protect the residents from bad guys by setting traps and then triggering them as they walk over them. And if you do that, you get nice little cutscenes as well. The whole thing is one giant cutscene, but the problem is that if you miss on certain ones, you're done. You know, if they cut the power, it's game over. And I had that happen almost immediately, because there's one that tries to cut the power within the first minute or two of the game. So, but happy about Double Switch. The fact that I could get all three of them, or in fact I could get three FMV games right off the bat with this system is great. There's a lot that I'm looking forward to, so I am building a list for Sega CD. If I can find them in the nice cases. I really like how these look. But again, if I find them loose, I can deal with DVD cover art. But again, Robert, thank you, man. I'm really happy that I now have that last console that I was missing from my childhood. So I think I'm gonna cut things off there. Again, this has been an episode of Musty's Quest, and again, Musty's Quest primarily focuses on the search for that top 100 NES and Super Nintendo game lists that I'm working on, and I am making some good progress there. I did already hit my SNES goal for the year, and my NES goal is not too far away, but I'm looking forward to Portland and maybe a couple other big opportunities that I may have between now and then to really put a dent in those lists. But this makes me happy. So again, I'm gonna leave you there. Please like the video if you do. Check out some of my other stuff. I do also have the Collection Chronicles, where I talk about the Xbox games and the Xbox family of consoles and the games that I collect for that. And I have some big plans for some stuff in the future. But again, I have been Musty. Take care of yourself. Be good to each other.